Can I ask you some maths questions? Is that all right? 25 divided by 5.
5.
Well done. 13 times 4.
52.
He's better than me.
40 times 5.
240? No.
300 plus 245.
545?
Well, you're good.
That turns into a 12. Then the 2 goes into the 8.
How are you doing today?
Good. Doing great. Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, Friday, yay. What's 4 times 7?
28.
I'd have to say 1,240 maybe.
Is that right? I'll give you an easy one. 2 plus 38.
40.
Yes! Yeah! What's the square root of pi? Got you with that one! Did that give you a bit of anxiety?
Yeah.
Do you reckon maths anxiety is a thing?
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a thing. Probably. Not for me.
I do know people who have experienced maths anxiety, and myself, I'm not particularly, I don't perform particularly well in tests.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be nervous about maths. Not a lot of people like it, so they just might not want to do it and get a bit anxious about it.
Let's just acknowledge mathematics anxiety is real. It's a thing. Mathematics anxiety is an interesting phenomenon because in many ways it is a sort of substrand of the very familiar anxiety which we can experience for anything. I mean, fear of spiders, fear of heights, that physiological reaction when something that we are properly afraid of sort of confronts us, and all our fight and flight reflexes come into play.
Maths anxiety is different or feels different for everybody. So for some, this could be taking a maths test, feeling really uncomfortable in the presence of a mathematical task. For others, it can be full-blown panic attack when thinking about, how much change to give to a customer.
Some studies found maths anxiety affects as many as 1 in 3 Aussies. And it usually starts with negative experiences at school when we're exposed to maths the most. It could be struggling to keep up in class or during fast-paced tests or activities.
In mathematics, not everything, but a lot of things are right or wrong. Even though mistakes are actually really valuable and important, they're how we learn, being told or discovering that we're wrong, or even just getting a test back and having lots of crosses all over it, that can be an experience that actually produces anxiety when we're anticipating it in the future.
Another factor is getting negative ideas about maths from the people around us.
It's not because our teachers are doing anything horribly wrong or our parents are saying the wrong thing. It's just that they're often not modelling positive attitude. So I can remember my own mum saying, well, I'm just not very good at maths, go ask your dad.
Mainstream media, they portray mathematics as something which is for a certain narrow set of the population.
Excellent. Great turnout this year.
Like, just think of a movie where high school culture was portrayed, and the people who are really good at mathematics, which group is that? And they're the nerds who you don't want to have anything to do with.
And he solves the equation. The crowd goes wild. No bell.
A recent international study found 15-year-olds, including Aussies, who reported pretty high levels of maths anxiety, ended up lagging behind their classmates by nearly a full year. And studies consistently show that girls, on average, report higher levels of maths anxiety than boys. That's even when girls are performing as well or better than boys in the same maths classes.
So for me, Rebecca, I was really into maths when I was in primary school. And then as I moved through high school, it all sort of changed. Is this quite a common experience?
Unfortunately, it is. So young girls are just being, turned off from studying mathematics. It does impact then, your choice to study math in the rest of high school and then going on and doing, a maths-based career.
So I thought I'd head to a school to talk to some students who are doing advanced maths in years 11 and 12 to see what they think about it. Have you ever experienced maths anxiety?
I've definitely had maths anxiety. I've had teachers tell me that, one little thing in maths and it just drags down to the next question, and, you can lose a few marks very easily.
It would be in class, just doing work, teacher would be explaining, and at times I wouldn't understand the content, and that would make me extremely nervous because if I don't understand, I wouldn't be able to do the work or the tests.
I think it probably started around grade 10 when I was going into advanced math and it was getting a bit harder and I was stressing. I was constantly crying during or after tests because I was so stressed about whether or not I was going to hit that A grade. So I definitely think I was getting the A and anxiety.
Is it different to when you go into other tests in other subjects?
Bio or chem or physics tests, I'd say I'm definitely more confident for those tests because it's about memory. But with maths, it's a skill.
A lot of people say, you know, oh, I'm just not good at maths. I don't have a maths brain. What is that about?
But there is no such thing as a maths brain, or you can or you cannot do it. In essence, if I had to say one thing, it comes down to your confidence, and confidence comes through practice.
I guess that's one of the things I want to encourage anyone out there, listening or watching, that being slow at mathematics isn't a handicap. It's actually a really important skill and an ability to persevere through a problem that's very valuable.
These are some other things that help with maths anxiety. Slowly building confidence through learning and staying positive. Using mindfulness and breathing exercises to tackle anxious feelings. And making maths relevant to you.
I'd put money on the table that there's actually a lot of mathematics that everyone already knows. They just don't call it mathematics because they call it part of cooking or part of music or part of sport. Find where mathematics connects to the things that you love.
Well, you said that you have experienced maths anxiety, but you are also now in advanced maths in year 12. How do you think you've kind of gotten past that?
So I think a maths teacher a good maths teacher definitely makes a big difference.
Repetition, just practicing those questions and seeking help when needed.
Having a supportive parent and just someone there for you when you're struggling is definitely helpful. So I definitely think just trying and persisting and just bouncing back as best as you can.